Hi everyone. I thought we'd try a practice today on therapeutic knees. So for today's practice, we'll be working on keeping the knees in alignment. Again, Phineas and Ivory may be walking in and out of frame, as they do. All right, so bringing the knees into neutral alignment. Remember, what we're talking about is bringing the patella, that's the kneecap, in alignment with the second toe. That's the one next to the big toe. So when you look down, if you're sitting or standing, either way, when you look down, you should be able to see the middle of the kneecap aligned with the second toe. Now, many of us have a natural external rotation either at the knee or at the hip, and tight hip muscles might also contribute to that. So let's get started. Let's just come up into standing to begin with. So any way that you can come up into standing, that's safe. When you look down at your feet, you should be able to see your knees, and your knees, again, always aligned with that second toe. So come into that neutral alignment, then rock the pelvis under a few times to get used to the feeling of a neutral spine. So our spines usually have a little bit excessive lordotic curve. So drop the tailbone down, pull the shoulders back. So we're going to rock towards the balls of the feet and then back to the instep. So that's the inner part of the foot, the part that usually has a curve there. So we're aligning over the top of that instep. That's about where our body weight should align. So we rocked a little bit forward, but the tailbone down. Remember, you should be able to feel the balls of the feet pressing down. I'm going to protect the knees today. So from here, once you've practiced that, let's try lifting one foot up. So we're trying to prevent too much side-to-side motion. So try the other foot. Remember, we want to keep the hips as stable and as center as possible. So picture in the center of the body, about an inch behind the belly button, all the muscles should be pulling in like you're hugging into the core. From there, let's take the feet out wider, turn the knees out. Once again, when you bend the knees, track that the knees are going over that second toe. So you may have to externally rotate the thigh bones. Again, drop the tailbone so that you're not sticking your hips back and down. Sit down, check on that alignment. You may be able to see your toes, maybe not. But if you tip a little forward or back, once again, rock to the center of the foot, just at the back of the ball of the foot. Maybe lift the arms up, align the head, and soften the shoulders down. So when we're standing in neutral alignment, notice where your body weight lands. So we could stay in this goddess pose, which is a very strengthening pose, for a very long time to learn how we stand. So normally when we're standing, we tend to shift and sort of fall to one side, tip forward or tip back, and it puts a lot of stress on the spine because the muscles of the hips might become out of alignment. So let's turn the body to one side, and we turn. Notice that I'm really turning my hips as well. Let's leave the arms out of it for now. Just notice that the hips are trying to turn as much as possible to this one side as possible. Same as always, knee to second toe. See, my knee had kind of fallen out to the side there. So my muscles are always hugging into the bones. So we're containing all this muscular energy. So really, yoga is not just about stretching everything as much as possible. Try the other side. So turn the feet. So today is just about alignment. So turn the feet, check that the knees align with the second toe, energetically hug the muscles in. Remember, hips always as square as possible. So the work here is the energy it takes to turn the hips. Notice if I kind of let go, the hips just sort of sag to one side or the other. That's my natural holding pattern. We want to break those patterns therapeutically by aligning and stacking the bones one on top of each other, keeping a nice space, like a space in the knee in this instance. So from here, let's come down. I'm going to come down, and I don't have a strap here, but I want to show you what we're going to do with the legs this week. We're going to take a strap and kind of wake up the bottom of the foot. And then once we have that, then we'll practice straightening the leg. So practice that a few times. Now this stretch, this hamstring stretch, is always good for your knees because our knees are almost always in a little bit of misalignment just because of those holding patterns I talked about. And so maybe move the ankle. If you have that strap, this would be good. Move that ankle. What we're going to do this week in yoga is take this leg out without lifting this other leg. So let me use the other leg so you can see. So I started out waking up the bottom of the foot. Then I started bending the knee and bending the ankle. Then with the strap, I was trying to straighten the knee some more. Then the leg out without lifting this other hip. because our hips are so tight and so closely paired that a lot of times once we move our leg, our hips start to move with that. So the work for this week is moving the leg without moving the hips. We're going to open up that space, the leg to hip, as we've done before. And then we're going to talk a little bit about sleep. And our sleep pattern or sleep posture really matters. In yoga, we always take on this shavasana, where the body's just laying flat. This actually winds up being the best position for sleep for your spine, as long as you're fully supported. So we'll talk about where put pillows underneath the knees, the back, anywhere where there's a space. So I have a lot of spaces. If I lie on my side, I have a pretty significant space here. Some people have bigger, smaller, wider shoulders and might need more pillows in spaces. It depends on how much space you have between your legs. You might need a pillow there too. So the second most popular sleep position is on your side, and it also can be safe as long as your spine stays in neutral alignment. So I'd like you now to get into a position where you're relaxed. I want you to relax into, let's just do 2 minutes. So I come up into my Sukhasana just because I can talk to you and you can hear me. Close your eyes, whatever position you found yourself in. Remember the purpose here. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths. Remember our mission here is to create this steadiness. We'll call it happiness. But happiness is already here. We already have everything that we need. There's really nothing we have to go get. You have the power right here in the mind to visualize happiness, peacefulness. Take a couple more slow breaths. So whatever you're lying on, whatever your position is, sink into that. Never keep your spine open. So all of the pillows and all these postures are just meant to open the central channel, transformative energy. Now use your mind to create the event that you want in your life. So say I want to be happy. I want to be relaxed on a beach. See, hear, feel, smell and touch. Maybe even taste. Maybe I just want to envision myself happy. I have a smile on my face. My mind feels, I don't know, relaxed and carefree. I have no pressure, no tension. Now let the breath settle down. Give yourself 20 seconds of stillness. So all the good things that you've been envisioning, now they are part of you. And so repeat those images over and over. Everything has now been transformed. You're already free. Celebrate that feeling of freedom. Come up. So come back up into Sukhasana with me here. And just notice the feeling, just in this 3 or 4 minutes we've done here together, that the mind and the body have come together. And bring our palms together and touch the heart as a way of connecting. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.